You call me pretty in many ways, complimenting my outfits or my hair or the bones that show above the collar of my shirt. Pretty in the way you wish you were, but you don't. You comment on how my clothes don't seem to fit right, say my hair is messy, and how your jeans accentuate all the right places, and then reminding me, I have nothing to accentuate. You call me pretty like it's something mystic, rare, unachievable. Like a unicorn running through an open field of tulips just as the sun's about to set. But that unicorn's horn reminds me too much of my ribs. That unicorn's horn has been covered in blood, covered in myth, covered in lies, glittering like the makeup I can't leave the house without, but most times I'm too afraid to even put on. As we see this spectacle running further into the sunset, I realize, a moment too late. That unicorn wasn't running out of freedom, she was running from a snake. Afraid of not being careful enough of stepping right into the snake's mouth, its body surrounds mine, compressing all the places I wish didn't exist in the first place, biting into my sides, my legs, my eyes, until all I can see is the number of its teeth morphing into the number of mine, the number of bites, the number on the package, the number I was afraid to step on. As I look closer, those two lips look more like two lips. Maybe they're yours. Maybe they're mine. Maybe it's almost every single person I have ever met. My ears pick up their voices. I listen, but it's all the same things over and over. My skeleton of a body growing smaller and smaller with each insignificant word. That sunset became a dark night sky. But that unicorn kept running. Those stars keep shining. She is beautiful, but she is running out of air. Sooner or later, she's going to realize that it's hard to breathe when all that's in her body is water. It's salt on ice. It's half a piece of gum. It's toothpaste but no mouthwash. Half of a dinner left out from the night before. No breakfast, no lunch. Nobody to hold your hair when you throw up. Nobody to pick you up when you pass out in the shower. Nobody to care when you get limbs go numb. Nobody to care when you get to the number you said this would stop. She's going to slow down. She's going to be pulled back by those two lips, two arms. She is going to collapse. Just like the piece of paper, just like the house of cards, just like the glass she made herself out of. But this story isn't over. Those stars are still shining. She is beautiful, but she is running out of air. She'll wake up with a headache. Dirt and bruises in her pure, glistening hair, some sticking to the pillow as she rises. She'll drink water from the previous day. The feeling of her own mouth making her feel sick. But she'll stand, and she'll run. And someday she's going to make it to those stars. Thank you.
Do you ever wonder about God? I only do when I'm lonely or writing poetry. The preacher screaming at the pulpit says, "We are all made in God's image." I wonder if he ever hears that and gets self-conscious. I wonder if when he looks at humans, he can't help but be reminded of everything he has ever regretted. I wonder if he hates us for that. So much so that he created a fiery hellhole to bring the traits out of sinners that he's suppressed in himself, that he's convinced himself he doesn't have. I wonder if he ever calls Mary at 3 in the morning, desperately crying, "Am I really like them? Please say no." He hangs up when his only answer is silence. I wonder if Mary ever stopped picking up the phone. I wonder if when he looks down at the man who claims to be his devout follower, screaming white supremacist slogans to the masses, and looks at the melanin in his own skin, filling with rage, I wonder if he ever spits vile when he hears Christians chant God loves everyone while disowning their gay child, watching idly as the homeless go hungry while gossiping about others' affairs. Christian means God-like, but I don't think God would like you all. I wonder if when he comes again, he will be denied entry to the very building that praises his name. When he looks to the stained glass window, the man he sees is not his reflection. The man he sees is white, wealthy, and wrong. I wonder if the same hands that cured a blind man's eyes would be able to cure our false perceptions of what is holy. Or if we would have to send it shattering to the ground in an array of kaleidoscope colors. I wonder If truth can hurt as much as stained glass shards as a cutoff on the other end of the line, because I wonder how wrong it is to assume that he is nothing like us at all. We are a species of rot and decay, of nuclear explosions, of pollution and self-destruction. We kill each other for sports, and in the end, wasn't God still willing to sacrifice his only son? In the end, he heard his child screaming, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? And still, he watched as the blood fell from his crown, as the tears fell from his eyes. After all, doesn't the wolf still cry for the sheep? What's the difference between hungry drool and tears anyway? As small as the difference between God and his worst creation. Thank you.
I'm 3 years old, just a girl, and my best friend is a precocious young thing called Lolita. We dance in the sprinklers together, wet hair sticking to our foreheads. In the unforgiving deep south sun, we hide from our parents. Her perfect skin, milk white porcelain, her smile, sharp as shattered glass. When we play in the tall grass of the easement together, centipedes crawl up tattered skirts. When we promenade barefoot down the burning pavement of my neighborhood street, whistles echo every stinging step. I'm younger than Lolita. At least I'm pretty sure I am. Some days she looks just like me, toddler rolls and stubby hands and baby teeth. Other days she's a head taller. Crystal eyes, the kind of sunken I only associate with adults, and mirrors. We spend every fleeting day together, lounging in the punishing heat and singing in the harsh sheets of rain. As long as the sun stays up, we can play however long we like. And when that suspended clementine begins to set, painting the horizon a violent red, we shuffle inside, hand in hand. I spend nearly every night at my grandfather's house. Lolita says he works as a butcher, though my mom claims he works in an office, and I'm starting to think Lolita is right. She seems to understand what adults can't see through the frosted glass window. When the red sky dissolves into ash, I lay myself on a quilted chopping block. A cleaver drags down my body, neck to belly. He pries me open like a lamb on display, careful gloved fingers slipping between each gory layer, peeling them back to expose the white monkey bars hidden under my chest. He gently tears out every rung, takes tweezers to my spine, picking out the pokey impurities. Lolita holds me and sings sweet comforts. Beside me, her own belly stinking and hollow, well-manicured hands covering blurry eyes, and we whisper secrets to each other. Like her name is really Dolores, and I'm not really sure what my name is anymore. 2 years and I'll leave her behind. White bikini and ruby heart sunglasses blurring in the window of the 2004 minivan my family uses to cut and run. But for right now, she is my best friend. A silent, devoted, inseparable shadow. Thank you.
When I wake up, the first thing I do is breathe. My lungs fill with the cool, light air of the early morning. My eyelids open to the sunlight streaming through parted curtains. It's an experience we all share. Whether to cleanse our bodies of the remnants of our cold, solemn slumber, or to simply capture another 7 seconds of life, we all take that breath. But when I wake, I breathe so that I know that the air is still there. I stand so that I know that the earth remains beneath my feet. My eyes open to scan my surroundings for any evidence that the room I'm in is intact, untouched, existent. Because I fear the day when I awake and there is simply nothing. The thing at the heart of all man's greatest fears, except there is no such thing. It is without reason, without form, without face. When I fall asleep, it's cold. I am a solemn soldier dragging myself across a desolate wasteland. I leave no footprints on the hard slate ground. The world itself a muted gray. I look up, expecting to see the sun behind a few clouds or a silver shower of starlight, but there are no stars. There is no sun. There is nothing but a sinking feeling in my chest. My lungs begin to crackle as I gasp for air. The panic, the terror descends upon me, and I feel the sudden urge to run. I take off, sprinting, a mad dash, bolting over the barren landscape as fast as my legs can take me. Fear riling up, festering at my core, spreading through me like a blackened rot. All I have is a thumping in my chest, urging me, begging me to keep running. And that's when it happens. Something is coming. I can't hear it screaming across the emptiness, nor feel the shake of it tearing up the ground behind me. All I feel is a drum in my gut as the beast pulls closer. It is charging me, chasing me. It is nothing, and I can sense it. I don't dare turn and stare down the monster that is not a thing. I run faster, my legs a blur beneath me as nothing continues to chase me. It is after me. It wants me. It is going to get me. I can hear it, the drum in my gut, now a low, terrifying growl as it promises it will catch me, have me, consume me, and I scream out, my throat burning in pain like a searing flame trying to burst forth, tearing out past my lips, a primal, guttural cry for anyone or anything, but nothing comes. There is no noise echoing out into the infinite empty expanse of my nightmare. There is only silence. I scream in silence. And when I wake, shoot up in my bed to a world that is real, rolling beneath my feet, the first thing I do is breathe.
The checkered board, my garden.
Black and white.
The pawns and bishops, my thorns.
Prickling
Kings
thumbs.
and queens are flowers.
Roses
A game
are
is
red.
forever formed. Origami promises and broken words.
Play. 2/3 of my heart devoted to you.
Promises.
Cigarette smoke burning on me.
Broken.
The most valuable piece.
My king.
Is you, my king.
Play.
I move my center pawn up 2 spaces.
E7.
1, 2. The
H2.
hunger that eats at my stomach till 6:30 because I don't feel like
A2.
eating at 12.
G5.
A thorn that pricks my thumb, drawing deep red blood.
B4. Play. My knight moves in the shape of an L right in front of my pawns.
D5.
A promise never fulfilled, a bind of trust never formed.
A4.
A mistake papers of paragraphs could not fix. A
E7.
mistake a tapestry of tears couldn't forget.
Play. I do the same on the opposite side, the
H2.
L shaping your beautiful eyes.
C4.
The disappointment on your face
F8.
after your shattered soul is what I take.
Play. Every pawn a problem, every rook a wish.
E5.
Moving them would be a weed taking over a garden.
A8.
And again, I find myself stuck in a ditch.
D3.
I move my pawn up 1, my
D2.
past corrupting my mind.
G7.
An F on a test. One I
Test.
wish I could rewind.
Play. Each movement a calculated plan,
Smart.
paint stained on your warm porcelain
Skin.
hand, your slender fingers capturing my peace, my pawn, my problem,
Mine.
a smile on your face, sinister and wide, my feelings a bite, you taking them for a ride!
A weight off your shoulders, yet it still rains heavy.
Heavy.
I feel as though I am ready.
Am I?
My queen, my hope goes up by 1.
2,
I give you
3.
my trust, if only a crumb.
Bite.
At the start was hesitation, strangers and nothing more.
Love.
What now bloomed was a friendship which began to soar.
Play.
Broken promises of a
Pawn,
tragic
A3,
backstories
D7,
of a
E4, bishop,
reality
A4,
discreetly
G6,
capturing my
H2, rook, D2,
consequences
F3, take your queen!